Hello, welcome back to a chapter day. Happy Sabbath, first Sabbath of the new year. And I pray your year, I may be too early saying your year, but I pray it's going well, your new year. And today we are going to be reading Proverbs chapter 2. So we are going to try, I am going to try to keep up the readings, as I said, a chapter a day. But I know how my schedule works. I know what my routine is, and I don't promise anything. So I'll try my best. That's for sure. Okay. So Proverbs chapter 2. And again, I said Proverbs is that book where you have a lot of wisdom being given. I believe it was written by Solomon, or some of the things that came from Solomon were written in here. And I think they are really and truly applicable throughout a lifetime. Because when he lived, he wrote these. So that means he had experiences with these things. And they are very applicable to us as well. So let's begin. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding. If thou seekest her as silver, and again, he is using wisdom as a personification. He's referring to wisdom as her, giving it a personal or a human attribute. If thou seekest for her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. Not tell anybody this for real. If you think you're so wise and you deny God, you're not wise. Sorry. You may be knowledgeable in your books, but you're not wise. Wisdom alone comes, I should say, wisdom comes from God alone. And that's what I think. Verse 6, for the Lord giveth wisdom. Just said it. Didn't he read that verse before? For the Lord giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up wisdom, sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of his saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. So what Solomon is saying here is that without wisdom, everything else that you think you know, or whatever wisdom you think you have, is not so. Verse 12, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked. Have you ever met people like that? Like their main aim is to lead someone else astray? I've met people like that. It's horrible. It's like meeting the devil himself. And always with a nice attitude. They are very charming. They can come to you very charming. That's what you call the wolf in sheep's clothing. And it's only with God's discernment can we know. And you know, sometimes we are fully aware and we still go with people like that. It's horrible. It's horrible. Who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths. To deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. That's for women who most likely sell themselves to gain money. People who go into these places are not wise, because you just take upon yourselves all kinds of evil. If our spiritual eyes were to be open as to some of the evils that we encounter, in our daily dealings with people, we would not even consider some of the things that we do or the choices that we make. Okay, verse 18, I may have read that. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life. Thou that thou mayest walk in the way of good men, and keep the paths of the righteous. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. And that is the end of our reading for today's Proverbs chapter 2. I could read another, but chapter 3 is going to be lengthy, and I really don't want to wear out your hearing. So, a little at a time. Thank you all once again for listening. I pray you continue to have a wonderful rest of your day. Until our next reading, remember, faith comes when we hear God's word, so keep listening. Take care.